Evening everyone, it's lovely to see you all again. And yeah, finally I'm back out with the camera. I've been out, I've certainly not done a YouTube video for, wow, it's been getting on for 2 months now, and the last one I did was the last proper one I did was out in the field with the little owls, showing that little owl shot with the sunburst behind it. And yeah, one thing or another, sort of, I've had a lot of family stuff to do, work, and also I've just not really been feeling that creative really. I just don't know why. I've done an awful lot this year with the channel and photography, and I think, I don't know, I just had a bit of a creative block, and I needed to take a little bit of time out to sort of just recheck and do some stuff that I needed to do. And now that's done and out of the way, then I feel a bit more happy about coming out and spending more time out away from the family and doing these videos and photography. So yeah, thankfully I'm back out. Obviously I had an accident last Sunday at home. I managed to cut my leg open quite badly down my shin. So really that accident has kind of kept me off my feet for most of the week really. So I think a couple of nights ago I took a picture of a hare, which was the first time I've been out in all week. Thankfully, touch wood, it's on the mend. I can certainly move it now and walk on it, whereas at the beginning of the week it was pretty grim. So yeah, but thanks for all the comments and the well wishes on that. I really do appreciate it. So what we're doing this evening? Well, this evening I've brought you along to a small woodland near me called the Millennium Wood. Obviously planted at the turn of the at the year 2000. So it's quite a young wood. So the trees aren't that big. It's a mix of ash and a bit of oak here and there, and so there's quite a lot of open spaces. Not very dense, so there's quite a lot of open glades and that. And one of the things I found when I came here back in about 2 or 3 months ago was a lot of Muntjac deer here, and Muntjac are a deer that are quite common around here, especially on this site. There are literally hundreds on this site. But it's one of those deer I've never managed to really photograph. I catch a fleeting glimpse and then they're off, they run away, or you can hear them barking at night when I'm doing the owl photography. So it was really nice to find a location where I can actually sit down and photograph this common deer, but I don't think they're everywhere in the country. I'm not sure the history of them. I think they may have escaped from Woburn Safari Park in the 70s. There's lots of rumours about how they came into the country, but anyway, around here there's lots of them. So I thought I'll bring you on this evening. I did capture some video footage of them when I last came out here a month or two ago, and which I'll put in this video as well. And hopefully we'll see some tonight maybe. But if we don't, you'll have these images and video that I captured a while ago. But I thought I'd bring you along, show you the place and the techniques I'm going to use to capture the images this evening, all being well. So what I normally would do is I would come in and set up a hide. As you've seen, I use hides quite regularly. But tonight, what I'd like to do, and you've seen me use this before, but I think you've probably seen me wearing it in a few pictures I've posted, but I'm going to be using one of these, a ghillie suit. So this is a ghillie suit by Tragopan. They gave this to me. They kindly send me their hides and these sort of camouflage clothing. So, and I've used this on several occasions now, and it really is a superb bit of kit. So I'll leave a link and in the description below to all their products and all the kit that I'm using to capture this video today. But really, these are sort of an alternative to a hide. So they're quite they're obviously very, very light. They stuff in a pocket in a bag, which is very convenient. And yeah, really just to help conceal you away from the nervous animals that you try and photograph. So that's what I'm going to be using. I've obviously got the big 600 again today on the 1DX2, and then on the gimbal there on the tripod with the video head. So that's what I'm going to be up to this evening, and yeah, let's get on with it before it gets too late and too dark. So see you soon. Just coming up to where I'm going to go. I'm going to go under these trees here. You can see them there. I'm going to go under these trees here, and there's a ride all the way down there under these trees that the deer come out and feed, so I'm going to be sitting in there. So I'm going to get into position. I'm going to keep quiet and yeah, see what turns up. So as you can see, it's pretty dark under here. Yeah, there's lots of rubbish around. These plastic things on the floor, these were around the trees at one time, is where they've grown, and they've obviously burst out, left the plastic on the floor. So I'm going to try and arrange for all this rubbish to be picked up at some point, because it looks a bit bad really. So I'll get that sorted out over the next month or two, I think. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, it's very dark, but the deer, they turn up under here and walk down this sort of opening ride here. So I'm going to set my camera up. I'm going to go just down here and bring you back in a minute. I'm now in position. I've got the camera pointing down this ride here. I'll show you in a second. And as I said before, the deer, they come out from underneath the trees and feed in the opening down here. So I've got myself tucked under a bush just up here, so you can see it. And yeah, hopefully a bit more concealed amongst the long grass. Yeah, and hopefully yeah, we'll get some pictures this evening. There's a fox down here now. It's just come out down here, so I'm going to be quiet. You can hear, but there's ravens nesting on this site, which is, can you hear that? So there's a big cedar tree just up here, and they've nested in it for the second time only, so it's a really good record for this site, so great to hear them. So there's a deer down here with its mother and a baby, just down the far end. I'm hoping they come out a bit closer. Beautiful animals, just love it, it's great. I'm going to keep quiet. So I'm going to pack the gear up now. It's getting very dark now actually. The sun's, I think it's about set in about 5 to 10 minutes, so, and it's very, very dark underneath the bushes over here where I've been trying to photograph the deer. But yeah, a short trip, but what a fantastic trip it was. I mean, to see the fox was a real bonus. I wasn't expecting that, and to have him literally walk straight up to the camera and sit about 5 or 6 meters in front of me, just looking at me and trying to work out who I was amongst the bushes was a wonderful encounter. So, and I absolutely love foxes. They're amazing animals. So great to see that this evening. And of course the deer, which you saw, both the mother and a baby deer, and also the male adult with the small, very small antlers. So wonderful little deer, the Muntjac. As I said, they're very, very common around here. We don't get them round my village, but certainly on this site here, there's hundreds of them. So, and this Millennium wood is a particularly good wood for them. So yeah, great to be back out in nature. Lots more videos to come. I am back out now. Got all my jobs out the way, and my sort of creative block, I think, is gone. So hopefully I'm back out, obviously doing photography, but hopefully a lot more videos. And of course, I know I've got my studio up and running. There'll be lots of, hopefully, tutorials on how I process my images. The idea is that I actually take what I capture in the field, take it home and show you how I generate my final artwork. So lots to come. Thanks for sticking with me, and stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.